Aqua has been done already. It's going to be uploaded the moment when I get off the thing. Whoa! This is kind of like Moon in Aquarius, and there's like somebody who is cooking something behind your back. Maybe you're not paying attention. Be careful. Somebody's like working, doing some kind of a damage, or you might have to face some kind of damage. Ooh, one more thing. Be careful, especially when it comes to, let's say, relationship things or contracts, or where there's like somebody claiming to be moral authority and you have to do that because kind of a thing. You guys know that my relationship with Hierophant is very, very strained because I don't like, this kind of like religious authority kind of like a thing, but at the same time, on a positive note, that can be seen as kind of like trying to get mastery of earthy elements in order to kind of like balance out feminine and male energy over here. So Libra is my ascendant, so let's do that. Libra for March. On the bottom we have Venus, and you are that Empress, right? Venus rules your sign, but it is really reversed. So that really tells me you're really not feeling in your element of some sort. Like, I mean, there are like either people who are creating circumstances. Interestingly, that we have another 3 here as well. You kind of like want to have your way, but kind of like nobody is cooperating. So almost like you're getting to the point of kind of like demanding, being very demanding. So this entire principle of Venus, this entire principle of like easy breezy kind of a thing, is kind of like becoming like almost like matter, like what's the word, like the those ladies who worked in those short, like what is with my English today, orphanages, right? So like you saw this woman, what was this one, the chess series, oh my gosh, I can't even think about the titles today, and I did have enough sleep. Kind of like those women who kind of like have been kind of like going through, is almost like kind of like very matronly, very kind of like stern of sort. Keep in mind, if you're going to have full moon in Libra, ooh, look at the sunshine. Full moon in Libra this month, end of the month, March 28th. And it's going to kind of like be a little bit tricky for both Aries, right? That is kind of like going to be a sun transition at that stage, and Libra, because Venus is going to be in Aries at that stage, and it's going to create that friction between desire to really talk about your true feelings and your need to maintain that balance and that harmony. So balance is going to be the key over there. So, ooh, I shuffle this again, so I guess it's meant to be. So let's do it one more time. And look at that. Again, freaking cannot cheat tarot. Be really careful about people doing things behind your back. There's like 4 of Swords. Librans, you're a little bit tired. You're tired of freaking everything, right? Like this is like 4 of Swords, but this is also gratitude. So when you're tired, when you lose motivation, the fastest way to get out of these dumps is to really go into that meditative state and go and tell your gratitudes. You know how they used to we used to pray before meal and everything, and I really think this is kind of like the giving, kind of like feeling that universe, feeling that chi, feeling God, whatever you connect with. And there is 9 of Pentacles. It almost looks to me Libras want to feel comfort and be almost like left alone and enjoy goodies. Like, I mean, this person to me always strikes me as somebody who hey, give me my pedicure, give me my manicure, just please do my hair. And now you're kind of like feeling really, really right about that. So that's really important over here. And then we also have a 7 of Pentacles, right? We had here 7 of Swords. So this is really talking about building or rebuilding or repositioning. This can also sometimes signify sprinkling and how things kind of like can work out and which kind of direction can go. We have a Page of Pentacles over here, maybe, and you're air sign, even though on the outside It looks that you are very harmonious and cooperative. You are a tornado. You are really pushing your things out. You really want what you want. Remember John Lennon, who kind of like looks like a sweetheart, look like what he did. Like it's kind of like, hey, let's move these mountains and let's move them now, kind of a thing. So something has the kind of like the whole suspension thing, the whole kind of like pattern where we all are. It's really, really getting on your nerves, right? Because look at how many pentacles you have. It's all kind of like boiling down to what to do next, what kind of like a day will I have, and it's too mundane for you. It looks like even though you kind of like found your footing and you're showing gratitude, yep, I was just about to say you're ready to start something new, and then the Fool shows up. So it's a new cycle that is like really opening for you guys this month. So we are talking basically, I think between the 14th and 18th this month, that something will really, really open, right? And that's also kind of like coinciding where Mercury will enter actually Pisces, and that's going to be after the shadow that is really finished. And it's going to be a lots of kind of like emotional exchanges. This is really good when Fool shows up over here. It kind of like really talks about feeling fresh, like I mean going in a new direction now, like maybe readjust everything and things are really moving how they should move. And now like you have the Nine of Pentacles, you have a Nine of Cups again, that is really talking about comfort. But I'm not seeing partnership anywhere. So if this is a partnership that you want, it almost looks like it's not in the forefront of what you kind of like desire. There is like something brewing where you're really, really happy just being on your own, being left alone, and kind of like just maybe gathering energy for the future. See? Kind of like ship have sailed out. This is my ship's card, friendships, relationships, partnerships. It's reversed. I don't know, it's almost like that you shy away from it, or quite frankly, it feels like you actively don't want to go in that direction. That's how it feels. It's kind of like leave me alone, kind of like a month, right? And that's really kind of like where everything stands. It's lots of spirituality over here involved because we are going through Pisces transit. You are kind of like resetting your finances or shuffling your budget of some sort, but you're not that enthusiastic about starting new things over here. Let's see your environment. There are people in your environment who kind of like possibly want to kind of like get a hold of you, not on the phone, but sort of like maybe they had a grip on you and now they don't, and now there's the sunshine again, and now this is really kind of like telling me that they'll make this kind of like attempts as well, and that kind of like makes sense right now. Maybe you simply don't want somebody back in your life. Maybe somebody was, well, let's not call it terrorizing, but somebody was domineering over here. Because look, if you really look at it, right, like now it's kind of like this way when they're really reversed. It's kind of like, oh, such a nice personality you have, I really don't want to deal with this, off you go. It's almost like a good riddance, kind of like that situation that I see over here, right? So Barbie saying, love my comfort the very most, so peaceful. Well, yeah, that's kind of how it's going to look like. So there it goes. There is like more comfort, but at some point it's going to feel a little bit lonely. Now we have lots of nines. These are hopes and fears, so you know that I'm always reading this up and down. So this Hermit is supposed to kind of like, it's all about inside. Hermit is the opposite to, I guess I would say, the world. Kind of like there are like these two opposing things. One is expanding, one is like kind of like internal over here, and it's kind of like seeking for his own purpose, for his own process of some sort. So the hope is like you really kind of like want to find some kind of like meaning in what you're doing, but on the other hand, at one point you're going to find, I'm not sure. And that's kind of like Libra in you. I would not take that very seriously, because you're always out of balance, and you always want to get this in balance. This also can talk about something with health, or taking care of health of some sort. Look at how many nines you have. You literally, comfort is the key. You need to feel comfortable. And this is really interesting. When we feel this way, that we don't want anybody, that we don't have space for anybody, that, oh my gosh, this is going to just create turbulence, somebody really good shows up. You got here King of Cups, and King of Cups is that dude that listens to us, that loves us, that kind of like wants to kind of like do things with us. And you see, this is like the Pisces kind of like transitioning over here. So make sure that like first 20 days in month, that you don't completely shut this door. Like somebody says, hey, you're so pretty, or hey, like what do you say, like I'm gonna go for a walk, and you go whew, just shut the door really quickly. Just make sure that like you may at least you exchange the phone numbers, because that might be it. This is a really, King of Cups and King of Pentacles are the best mates to choose for long term, you see. And I don't think it's going to start as a big passion, but it's going to develop into passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Because King of Cups is not kind of like in your face. He's not King of Wands, right? He is more or less like silent, and he listens, and he just is there for you, kind of like shoulder for you. And then you finally realize one day, oh my gosh, I love this person. So that's kind of like what needs to be done. So that's about Libra. And Libras, ones of you who are listening to this later, if you want a reading with me, contact me via tarot.ca. So that was Libra. Then who else do we have over here? Let's see. What can we name this reading for Libra? Libra, happy on your own, happy. I'm going to change this because I don't want to have kind of like news titles, because that could be too weird. Kylie, uncomfortable in Nine of Pentacles energy and at peace with this. I find that Nine of Pentacles is absolutely lovely. You do your own cooking, you eat what you want, you kind of like create your own space, and it's really kind of like beautiful. So what else do we have here? So we had Libra. So we have Chris's Knitting Yogi is Virgo. Let's go with Virgo. Hey, Knitting Yogi, I sent you an email. Did you even get it? I don't know, because I haven't heard from you, and that's not very much unlike you. So let's try to do that. Oh, I have to stop recording here.